So I've been editing a lot outside lately, coffee shops, random places whenever I go out traveling. And you know what's been surprisingly good as a portable external monitor? Not an actual monitor, but it's the M4 iPad Pro with the nano texture display. I don't carry any extra monitors with me when I'm out, but since my iPad's always with me, it's become the perfect second screen for editing. I'll be real, I don't use the iPad every single day for video editing, but whenever I'm out and about, that's when it shines. I'm using the 11-inch M4 iPad Pro with the nano texture display. And I love the nano texture because I hate glossy screens. The reflections kill me, especially when I'm working next to windows or if I'm outdoors. That's why I've been thinking about upgrading to the latest MacBook Pros because of the new matte display options with the nano texture display. It makes such a huge difference when you're editing on the go or if you're in less than ideal lighting situations. But anyways, the 11-inch M4 iPad Pro is the perfect size for how I work. It's not massive, but it gives me just enough real estate when I'm editing full videos. And it doesn't take up any extra space in my bag because I'm already carrying it for other stuff, like scripting, answering emails, or watching anime when I'm procrastinating, which happens a lot more than I'd like to admit. So here's the setup. I use Sidecar to connect it wirelessly to my MacBook Pro 14-inch M2 Max, which is pretty much maxed out besides the storage. Sidecar is seamless, no cables, no apps. And the crazy part, DaVinci Resolve actually recognizes the iPad as a full-on external monitor. That means I can preview my timeline, color grade, and get an accurate image without having to press Ctrl F to full screen my timeline every time I want to get a closer look. And that's been the annoying part before. On the MacBook alone, I'd always have to toggle full screen just to see things bigger. This lets me skip that extra step and focus on the edit. So this isn't some new setup I added to be fancy. I've actually tried portable monitors before, and honestly, they weren't even that clunky. I just didn't want to carry around something that only served one purpose, which is to be an extra monitor. The iPad is different because it's already part of my daily setup. Again, I use it to script videos, answer emails, watch anime. It's a super versatile tool that's always in my bag anyways. And the thing is, with the iPad Pro display, it's one of the best displays to color grade on right now. It's a tandem OLED panel with crazy good color accuracy, and it has something reference mode, which is something that I need to use more often, but I can just trust what I'm seeing whenever I'm color grading. And let's be real, most people are going to be watching on their phone or their tablet anyways, which is basically the same type of display. So in a way, I feel like I'm grading my videos on a screen that people are going to be seeing it on anyways. That's why it fits so well in my workflow. It's practical, it's accurate, and I'm already carrying it. I'm not going to pretend it's perfect though. You do need a Mac for Sidecar, so if you have a Windows PC, this isn't going to work. And yeah, it's pricey, especially if you're only using it as a monitor, which I do not recommend, by the way. I think there is a way to connect it via USB-C, but honestly, I just use Sidecar, which works perfectly for me since it's wireless. But for my workflow, that virtually makes up for it. It's not just a monitor, it's part of my creative toolkit. So yeah, is the iPad Pro the best portable monitor for video editing? For me, it definitely is. It fits how I work, where I work, and it lets me get the job done without having to overthink my entire setup. Let me know what your setup looks like, especially if you're editing on the go. I'm always curious on how other people do it. That's it for me for today. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.